Israel has claimed striking over 200 targets in Lebanon since Saturday morning. In the past 36 hours, it struck the south several times. 11 people were killed and dozens were wounded on Sunday, according to Lebanon's health ministry. Also, Lebanon's health ministry has said that 4 people died in an Israeli strike in central Beirut's Ras al-Naba district. A security source said that the strike killed Hezbollah spokesperson Mohammed Afif. The same was confirmed by the Israeli military, which described Afif as the militant group's chief propagandist. Afif was directly involved in Hezbollah's terrorist activities as seen by Israel against the state. Late Sunday, Lebanon's health ministry said another Israeli strike in central Beirut killed at least 2 people and wounded 13. In the wake of the strikes, Lebanon's education minister announced Beirut area schools would be closed for 2 days. Shifting focus from Lebanon to Gaza now, where Israeli strikes on Sunday killed dozens of people. Civil defense rescuers said that most of the victims were in northern Gaza, where the UN has decried disastrous humanitarian conditions. Civil defense spokesperson said that 34 people were killed, including children, and dozens were missing after an Israeli airstrike hit a 5-story residential building in Gaza's Beit Lahaya. Israel's military said that there were ongoing quote-unquote terrorist activities in Beit Lahaya and that several strikes were directed at militant targets there. 2 IDF soldiers died in an exchange of fire with Hamas militants in the region. Sergeant Noam Eaton and Captain Yogev Pazi, who is the nephew of former IDF Chief of Staff and current opposition lawmaker Gadi Eisenkot. Now, Pazi is the 3rd close relative that Eisenkot lost in the war. His son, remember, was killed in December last year, and another nephew was killed a day later in the battle. Israeli attacks in central Gaza killed at least 15 people and 5 in the southern city of Rafah. Also in the south, in Khan Yunis area, civil defense said that an Israeli drone targeted a group of unarmed people securing an aid delivery. At least 6 were killed in the incident. Meanwhile, Pope Francis has called for an investigation to determine if Israel's attacks in Gaza constitute as a genocide. This, according to excerpts released from an upcoming new book ahead of the Pontiff's Jubilee year. It's the first time that the Pope has openly urged an investigation of genocide allegations over Israel's actions in Gaza. In September, he said Israel's attacks in Gaza as well as Lebanon have been immoral and disproportionate, and that its military has gone beyond the rules of war. Now, correspondent Jody Cohen talks about Israel's reaction to the Pope's call for an investigation into the genocide.
Israel has totally rejected this. Israel has said that any civilian killed is tragic, but the UN average ratio of civilians to combatants killed in war is 9-to-1, and Israel says that in Gaza it's roughly 2-to-1. Now, US war expert John Spencer has said that Israel has taken more steps to prevent civilian harm in urban warfare than any other military in history. And Israel says it targets Hamas, not Palestinian civilians, that Hamas hides behind Palestinian civilians while targeting Israeli civilians. Now, Israel's ambassador to the Vatican, Yaron Seiderman, has rejected Pope Francis's call for an investigation, saying that Hamas's massacre of Israelis on the 7th of October was an act of genocide, and has said that since then Israel has exercised its right of self-defense against attempts from 7 different fronts to kill its citizens, and that any attempts to call it by any other name is singling out the Jewish state.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.